All right. All right, live test number 2. All right, so gonna wait for the classroom to fill in. Give it some time because again, I didn't warn nobody because I don't warn nobody ever about shit. So anyway, we'll give it a few. Let the classroom get up in here. Then we'll start our video because right now I'm talking to myself. Calvin Carbine. What up, Calvin? It just says 3 people. All right, so we got 3 students in the classroom. Give it a little bit more because I'm going to go over the topic. You can read the title. What should be my first gun purchase be? Because I get that question a lot from people, who are just getting into the gun world. I guess I'll just go ahead and go into it. So welcome, you 406 students. You guys can read the title. What up, Carbon? What up, Citizen? So you guys can read the title. What should be my first gun purchase be? All right, so I, as a firearm instructor, YouTuber, right, gun expert, get that question all the time. And so my answer is your first gun purchase should be a handgun. Not just any handgun, but a concealed carry handgun, right? Because majority of things that you look at civilians that they get into, it's usually dealing with some type of self-defense. Whether it be home defense, vehicle defense, your concealed carry pistol, right? Not very often you see a civilian coming off the gun belt and using that handgun, right? That big full-size CZ Shadow 2, right? That 2011. You never use that shit, but that Glock 43X, that Hellcat Pro, that SIG 365, you carry that handgun with you all the time, especially if you're going to conceal carry all the time. That's the one gun that's with you more often than anything else. Any rifle you have, any of these in the fancy pistols you have, your concealed carry is going to be your primary weapon 90% of the time. And so that is the first place you should master when you're stepping into this gun world. Master the EDC game. Become good with concealed carry. Learn how to draw from concealment. Take that pistol and put rounds on target, defeating garment, still being able to reload, move, shoot, get behind cover, all that goodness. Then from there, you move on to a bigger platform of handgun, like a gun belt. And once you move on to there, then, on the rifle and the plate carrier and all that stuff. But the first thing you should purchase should be a concealed carry handgun. So, let's see. I'm trying to look at the comments. All right. So that's my take on it. Again, everyone asked me, and I just want to give my 2 cents about it. Because again, you buy that 16-inch Daniel Defense rifle, 9 times out of 10 is gonna sit there. The only time you can really pull that out is like a home defense situation, if you can get to it, right? But even in a house, you walk with a gun on you, it's most likely gonna be a pistol, a concealed carry pistol at that. You're not really walking around the house with a big ass handgun, in your sweatpants, pulling down your sweatpants or anything. At least most people aren't. If you in Chicago, maybe in Chicago, that's how you got to carry your handgun. You got to have a 30-round mag or a drum in Chicago. Maybe even LA, because LA is just as wild. But for the most part, yeah, you're going to have that concealed carry handgun on you. So master that first. Because again, if you can master a small handgun, you can master a big one. Because it just honestly gets easier the bigger you go. Once you become you get that first handgun, that Glock 45, that Glock 17, you become proficient on a big handgun. When you move down to these little, I call them pocket rockets, but like these subcompact pistols, you're gonna find that a lot of the mistakes that you can get away with on a full-size pistol, you can't get away with on a subcompact, especially if you put a red dot on there. Putting a red dot on a pistol, already people just think it's just gonna be like a video game. Red dot's going to be right. You have to work on your presentation, your draw, and how you present that firearm with a red dot, even on a full-size pistol, right? So your presentation on a full size has to be on point. So when you put a red dot on a subcompact, a micro pistol, like 43X, like I have, your presentation has to be even better than what it was with that full size handguns, because even the smallest little nuances in that little handgun is so much more pronounced. And I'm honestly finding that out now, because I threw that red dot on my 43X thinking it was just gonna be a cakewalk, because I used my other friends' red dots on their full size pistols. And so I'm finding out that on that small pistol with that smaller red dot and that smaller window I'm having a harder time picking up the target. Like I have to really at home practice and practice and practice and practice, because every time I present, then my red dot's off to the left, or it's up, or it's off to the right. But I've been practicing with it for like almost a week now, and so I've really kind of seen my presentation kind of become more narrow. Right now, I'm really kind of getting a red dot in the window. It might be off to the right, left every now and then, but the corrections are kind of minimal. But you wouldn't really know that unless you practice with it and practice with it and practice with it and used it in live fire, and kind of realize that this is a lot harder. Not a lot harder, but it's harder than a full size. So that's why, again, you master that little gun, you can master the big guns. And it's just like a stepping stone up from there. So, I see you guys in the comments. I got 13 students in here. So I want you guys putting down in the comment section whether you agree. Do you think your first handgun for someone, like somebody came to you, like your family members, like, hey, I'm just now getting in the gun world. I want a handgun. What type of handgun should I get? Do you recommend like a subcompact, like a Glock 43X, Glock 19 compact pistol, or a full-size pistol like a Glock 17, or if you're like a SIG guy, whatever you want. So now I want to see in the comment section, kind of get some feedback and see which one you guys prefer. So I see shout out Trauma Hawk. I see shout out Carbon, shout out Calvin. Okay, there we go. All right. So Trauma Hawk says 380 ACP. Don't get me wrong, 380s are okay, but if you get a small 380 that holds 6 rounds, you can get a small 9mm that holds 6 rounds. So why not go with the 9mm versus 380? It's just with 9mm now, especially being so small and compact, but still being able to hold a lot of rounds. Like if you hold a Glock 42 and a Glock 43 next to each other, the size is very comparable, but you really get the same amount of rounds. So if you're going to get the same amount of rounds in the same size handgun, you might as well go with the most powerful rounds you can get, right? If you're going to get 6 rounds, you might as well get the 6 most powerful rounds you can get. So that's kind of my take on 380s. Like I used to have a couple of them, but again, like when I have a small 380 and I have a 43 Glock 43 9mm, and my 43 holds more rounds and it's still about the same size as my 380. And when I go to buy ammo, 9mm is cheaper than 380. So I'm just like, I'll just stick with 9mm. All right. Trauma Hawk. Okay, Trauma Hawk, you gotta get rid of that Redskins, bro. I'm a Jaguar fan. You can't have that up. I'm a Jags fan. You can't do that. All right. Complex Blackness says M&P series are great guns. M&P makes good guns. One of my students had a is an M&P. I forgot the name of it. It's one of the M&Ps with the slide cuts, like one of the performance centers, 9mm performance centers. And that I was actually no bullshit surprised at how well that actually shot. It was actually a flat shooting gun. Like you actually felt like the reduced recoil in that handgun. But granted, it's a performance gun. It had the slide cuts, for that. But it actually shot very nice. That M&P Performance Center, I think it's an M&P 2.0 Performance. Don't quote me on it, but that was actually not a bad gun. Even with the M&P's ugly ass hinge triggers, I hate those triggers so much. But on that gun, the trigger actually didn't bother me at all. So the M&P 2.0 Performance was actually a pretty decent gun. All right, Leo Fights Back says My first gun was a Taurus PT 24/7 and 4.5. Leo walk around with that faux nickel. All right. Hey, I don't blame you, man. I used to have, it was a Springfield XD, 45 ACP. But again, I had that for a while, but I couldn't get over like the fact that like having like 6 rounds. I'm a capacity whore. I need my capacity. I need my rounds. So again, I went to 45. Then went 9. Like my first caliber, my first actual like gun I consider for hand like self defense was my Glock 32 and 357 SIG, and I actually missed that gun. 357 SIG is a kick-ass round. Honestly, if 357 SIG was the same price and availability of 9mm, I'd be carrying a 357 SIG right now. To be honest, I actually like shooting that gun, and I was upset with when I sold it because I didn't really understand. I was just buying guns, but I had a 357 SIG, then I had 9mm, and then I went to 45, and then I was in 45 for a little minute. Then I went back to 9mm. I was never a 40 cal guy, never 40. Okay, Big Ant 11 says, Big Ant, my bad, I said Big Ant. Big Ant says his first pistol was a SIG 320 full size. And he says not one malfunction. Have you drop tested it? I'm just joking. But hey, the 320s are decent guns. One thing I can give the SIG, I would say SIG, Palmetto State, Brownells, those 3 companies are innovating. They're actually making new stuff on the market for people. Granted, SIG has made, I don't know how many variations of the 365 nowadays, but at least they're doing something. They're innovating. They're making new stuff. Like, I like the macro. I just don't need it. I just want to pay $800 for 2 extra rounds of 9mm when my 43X holds 15 rounds, 16 rounds, 1 in the chamber, right? So, granted, if someone gave me, said pick one concealed carry handgun, I'd honestly take that in consideration. I would take it. I want to train with it, shoot it, and see how I like it. But that'd be a consideration. But just right now with all the guns I got, but definitely 320s are nice, especially I forgot the little chassis they have for the 320 where it has the stock that extends out and you have like little foregrip. Those look dope. Complex Blackness says Titans fan. All right, so Complex Blackness. All right, there's gonna be 2 weeks out of this year that me and you can't talk, and it's kind of fucked up because Derrick Henry is my running back. All right, so I'm gonna need Derrick Henry to like just run over my team, run over the Jags, get like 250 yards rushing, 4 touchdowns, but lose the game. All right, so that's what I need from the Titans. Right? Put up 50 points, all Derrick Henry, but still lose the game. Nemo Brown suggests a subcompact. He says pick one. I don't know if you're asking to tell him. But if you're asking me to pick one, a subcompact, I would go with a 43X. I'm kind of biased because that's what I have. But something 43X range, right? 43X, 365, macro, Hellcat, any of those compact 9mm that give you a great deal of capacity, so that would be one of my picks. Yeah, complex. Yeah, the triggers on the M&P has always been an issue. T. Kane says APX Centurion 9mm. What's up, Carolina? Que pasa? Well, I guess I gotta say, since we're down here in Jacksonville, it's Buenos noches. All right, Complex says, I go with 45, but the ammo costs more than 9mm. Yeah, the ammo costs more and you get less. So, and that's the thing. When it comes to anything really 45, you take 22 long rifle with 45 ACP. Phone tripping. All right, 45 ACP. All those handgun calibers are really non-effective, not very effective at stopping people. like the holes that they put in people is very small and does not create a lot of damage like a rifle will, right? The rifle doesn't even have to hit your vital organs. Just the shock and velocity of that round going through your body can tear your organs, tear bones, create shrapnel, all that stuff. But as far as pistol rounds, again, like I made another video with a pistol, you're basically treating the human body like the human body is a water balloon, and the pistol is a safety pin. You poke one hole in that water balloon, you shoot that person one time, you get one slow leak, and the balloon's not going to deflate fast. It's still going to relatively maintain its shape for a while. But if you sit there and you poke hole at the 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 hole, eventually that the amount of loss coming out of the balloon is going to be pretty rapid, and you're going to see it lose shape pretty rapidly. And so that's essentially what you're doing with a handgun. So if you're going to do that, poke as many holes as possible, then you're going to want as many rounds as possible. So again, capacity is my main reason. And then, follow-up shots. You carry a 45, 357 Magnum, 44 Magnum. You get that boom. How long is it going to take from you to come out of that recoil, come back on target, and fire another round? It's going to be a lot longer than if you had a 9mm, right? Where it's the flat shooting, not much recoil, but you still get a lot of capacity. So, that's my take on it. Granted, can someone kill somebody? What was the saying? I forgot who said it, but someone said a 22 to the head is better than a 45 in the foot. And that's very true. Shot placement is the most important thing at the end of the day, but you want to have as many opportunities to get that perfect shot placement. So having 15, 16 opportunities to get that shot placement is a lot better than 6. And let's see. Teddy D. Bear Anderson says, I use my Canik Compact Elite as EDC, sometimes full-size rival. Now, I used to be a Canik guy. Don't get me wrong. Canik, for the price you get and the features you get in a Canik, it's actually it's hard for me to dispute that being a good first handgun purchase. You get 3 mags. Usually, at least the one I got, it came with a paddle holster. You get the blacked out sights, metal sights. You get a nice trigger. Caniks have a nice trigger. I'll give them that. You get a lot of features in the handgun. It's a good, reliable shooting handgun. It's just a little top heavy, right? That's kind of my thing about it. Caniks, SIGs, definitely SIGs. Who else? Those type of handguns that are really top heavy, that have that have a high bore access. I don't really like them too much, but it is a good handgun. Don't get me wrong. A CZ will definitely drop something. Not CZ. I keep saying CZ. A Canik will definitely drop something. It said, "Go Buffalo Bills." I have Devin Singletary as my running back, but he's on the bench. So depending if I need him or not, go Bills. Right? If he's on my lineup, go Bills. All right. Carolina says, what do I think about the new Prodigy, the 1911 Prodigy? Granted, I have not shot it, but I'm a fan of 1911s. I do kind of like how they make 1911s in 9mm, because now you're getting a full size or compact, whichever variation you get, metal handgun that's double stack. So now you're getting 15 to 20 rounds, depending on the handgun, in a metal gun. So the recoil is very soft shooting. So when you get something like that, it's definitely gonna be a very soft shooting gun. If you don't have an assortment of handguns like I got, I would actually look at it. Especially if a 1911 is your thing. Now I know we like to shit on 1911s. Most expensive jam ever, right? 2 World Wars. But again, 1911s are still around. It's been over 100 years. It's 2022. 1911s were made 10 years ago? I'm not good at math, but 110 years ago, 1911s were made, and they are still relevant today. That's kind of crazy, because you get manufacturers that come in now, and they don't even last half as long. but yet 1911 is still here. Old man still here talking like you talk all that shit with that polymer, talk all that polymer bullshit you want, but you're gonna come over here and get a full size aluminum ass whooping. So, so definitely, I mean, the Prodigy is a nice gun. I think it'd be a dope home defense gun because again, with that full metal frame, double stack, you gain capacity, and it's a soft shooting handgun. It might be a little heavy, but it's not too heavy to pick up and shoot. So if you get like a woman, right, that recoil is not going to be so much for her that she can't overpower it, right? So I think it'd be a good handgun. Now, if that was your cup of tea, shit, hey, send it, come out with me so we can do a video. Mojo World says SDV9 is a good start. It's better than a high point. I'll give you that. It is definitely better than a high point. I know Trill Toya, I think she used to use a SDV9 when she did security, and she took an SDV9 versus a dude with the AK, and she came out on top. So again, skill trumps gear every time. So you get SDV9, keep it clean, train with it, and you're gonna be a badass with it. So, right, exactly, Mojo. I've never heard someone say, "Why do I have all this ammo?" Right? Never, not never. I've never heard someone says, "Man, I don't need an extra mag." All right, Adrian, what up? Cali, man, I haven't been in Cali in a long time, and the way LA looking, shit. Well, I mean, I just won't go to LA. I'll just put it like that. But San Diego wasn't bad. California, hands down, worst drivers ever. Driving California is a death wish. Y'all go so fast, especially in San Diego. I say San Diego is the worst drivers because in LA, the traffic is so thick you can't drive nowhere. So, right? Because I'll pause, bro. First time I've been to LA, I was so excited. But when I saw that traffic, like you really get to like the top, like the hill or some shit, and you can see miles and miles of nothing but fucking traffic. Just like the movies, bro. Just like the movies. I was sitting there like, are you fucking serious? Like every time we got on the highway for some shit in LA, it was at least 2 hours. And we were going like less than 20 miles. It's just crazy, bro. The traffic in LA is ridiculous. Like, I was so happy to go to LA until I saw the traffic, and I was like, man, I might take my time coming back. But yeah, Cali was dope though. Trauma Hawk, hence 380 ACP, less recoil, better follow-up shot, 6 hole doubloon. There's not much recoil difference between a 380 and 9mm. So I mean, and then plus you get more capacity in a 9mm than most 380s anyway. It says Leo says his 745 was a 10 shot. It was a double stack. I've seen one of those before. I actually want to shoot ones. I think they look pretty dope. What up, Gary? What do these stars do? I'm still figuring out these interfaces. It says show. What does show mean? Oh, we just learned something new. Okay. All right. So now I have to look over there. That's dope. I just learned that right now. I was today's year old when I found this out. Brandon says, my still frame CZP01 is a nice shooter, but it's heavy for EDC. How's it waiting on PO7? I'm not gonna lie. I want a PO1. I want damn near every CZ pistol, bro. I'm more of a CZ fanboy than Glock. I just get blue label. But get a good gun belt. This gun belt I have, I forgot the name of it, but a good sturdy gun belt. Like if you go to Core Essentials, get a gun belt from them, it will really help out. Because I've had gun belt that's not very it was a gun belt, but it was kind of worn out, so it wasn't as stiff. And yeah, you're definitely gonna feel the weight. But if you get a good stiff gun belt, it takes a lot of the weight away and makes it honestly feel like a lot better. So get a better gun belt, and you should see the difference. Spiritual Rising, shalom. I don't know, probably not. Me and Iraq veteran, we don't talk. You know, he has some choice words about the black community that he went public about on his little page, comparing us to monkeys and shit. And so I don't really rock with that. So I probably ain't gonna be there. It says Albuquerque. I made the wrong turn at Albuquerque. Well, yeah, I think everyone up in Cali is a little, a little something's up there in Cali. Granted, I'm from Florida, so I can't really talk, but there's definitely something up there with people in California. What up, Queen? Yep. Yeah, Coors is definitely one of my go-to belts. I had two, but I somehow lost one, and it was the one I really liked too. But I have another one of the leather ones. That is a good gun belt, but those leather ones kind of wear out after a while. And so when I was talking to Brandon about the gun belts, that worn out gun belt is a Coors, but it's been like 2 going on 3 years. And so those leather gun belts will kind of wear out. So if you get like this stiffer, whatever type of material this is, if you guys can see this real stiff stuff, you see, I'm at work right now, and so I got all my security gun belt. I got my CZ PO7. I got a spare mag. Got all my stuff, and this gun belt supports the weight of all this very easily. So, oh yeah. Yeah, I've seen their new battle belt. It's so basically Coors Essential, if you guys don't know, is really famous for like their ratchet gun belt. And so instead of having like the holes in the traditional gun belt, it's a ratchet, so it has like little notches every quarter of inch, so you can really get a real defined fine increments on your belt size. And so what they did was take that same technology and put it on a gun belt. You know how people have like the outside of the waistband with the holster, med kit, pistol, rifle mags and shit like that. So now your gun belt, instead of it being like the one that goes to like the loops and you kind of tighten the loop down to a certain size, now it's a ratchet gun belt system. So I think that's actually pretty dope. So if I could, I want to reach out to them and be like, hey, can Wagunda get a review? Right? So hopefully they do that. Yep. See, yeah. The leather, like when I first got that leather gun belt, that was like one of my favorite gun belts because it's black and went with pretty much all my pants that I wore, whether it be a formal event or just casual. But yeah, after a while, the leather ones do kind of wear out. But if you get that other stiffer, it's more like some kind of nylonish, right? Those seem to hold up a lot better. Crossbead makes the best leather gun belts. Maybe. I don't have too many leather gun belts. I always gravitated to just like the kind of nylonish ones. Just because like they just seem to be stiffer than leather. Leather can get stiff, but with the Coors Essential gun belts, like after a while they just kind of wear out. But leather gun belts, depending on the occasion, it does. Especially if you're going to a certain event and that fits the outfit, and you're wearing a leather gun belt, then definitely you're gonna want a good leather gun belt like Crossbead or Coors. So, Wild Williams, what's up? Yep. They do. I just don't like how big and wide. Or well, maybe am I thinking about the alien gear? I think I'm thinking alien gear. What's the best gun? Oh man, see these questions. The best gun is the one you train with. That's no matter. So that's my answer for anything. Anything. Where's the best rifle? Where's the best pistol? The best shotgun? Best gun belt? Best plate carrier? Right? What's the best porn star? It's the one you like the most, right? All right. I love mine. Sorry for the delay. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna reach out to them. Definitely after COVID definitely messed up a lot of links I got for the companies. Some of them went out of business. Some of them ran out of inventory to send people. So yeah. All right, Sean giving info. Look at this. Sean's giving the schematics. I'm leaving that up there for y'all to read. All right. Bring some more A1 content. What you looking for, man? There we go. He says N1A. N1A, man. A 308, man. All right. He's asking, all right. So, again, back on the topic before we get too far off. First handgun purchase, definitely make sure is some type of concealed carry handgun. Now, there's so many on the market that, to sit here and tell you guys which one to get. Like, we all went down a list of all these good manufacturers. CZ is good. Glock is good. SIG is good. M&P is good. Beretta is good. No, we can go on and on and on. If you're looking for, I said the two things you can do before you really go out and buy a gun that you probably should do. One, the first one is free. Go on Google and look at top concealed carry handguns sold for 2022, 2021, 2020, right? Gives you 3 years. So you can kind of find, all right, who's been kind of consistent the past 3 years at being good in the market in the eyes of the people. So you can go on there and look at the top manufacturers from the past 3 years and get a list. You'll see the brands. You'll see Glock and SIG, these names, Glock 19, SIG 320, and Google these images. Look at the pictures. Look at the pictures. Like, does this look appealing to you? If it does, now do research. Google that handgun. Is there known issues about it? Right, like the SIG 320. Yeah, in the past, they had the drop issues, but now the modifications done to it is not so much of an issue. When they came out of the 365, they had the firing pin issue where the firing pin would break, but now they kind of fix those issues. So do research like that so you can kind of find that, okay, this gun looks good. Now, is it actually good? Kind of research it, and get at least three handguns you like, and then after that, number two, I would go to some type of range that has rentals and see if you can rent those type of handguns or as close as possible as you can get to, right? So you might want to shoot a Glock 19, but if they got a Glock 23, I believe, then you might want to go with that. It might not be a replica of a 9mm, but the size of a Glock 23 is the same size as a Glock 19. So you kind of get a feel and the grip and the trigger squeeze and everything, the sights on a Glock like that. So you kind of get as close to it as you can. So those are my two recommendations to help you before you go buy a gun. Oh, also on the first step, back to the first step, look at the prices, right? Look at what the guns are selling for before you go to the gun store, because you go to a local mom and pop gun store, the price on that gun is going to be higher because they got to mark it up for the sales and shit, versus if you go to like a big name manufacturer, right, where they don't have to kind of pay all those extra prices that the mom and pop shops have to pay. Then also look at online, take that into account and see what's online. So those are my recommendations. I want to get back to the comments real quick. I kind of lost you guys over here. But yeah, those two steps, doing your research online and going to a gun range and getting live fire on that handgun, will help you save hundreds of dollars from you just going out and buying a gun because the guy behind the counter said it was good for him, or your best friend said he liked his handgun, or your favorite YouTuber said he liked this handgun. Find what works best for you. Spend a little bit of coin. Go to the range. Before I bought my first handgun, when I was in the Navy stationed in San Diego, I went to a local gun range, indoor gun range, at least once a week, for a month or two. And I was just honestly trying each and every handgun they had in that cabinet: 40 cal, 357 SIG, 9 mil, 45 ACP, all those handguns. I would honestly just go in that day and just be like, I'll take this handgun and that handgun, just two handguns, I want to try out. Or if I tried out all the ones I want to try out, I'll try out some of the ones I haven't tried out. And that honestly helped me out a lot more than really anything else, because getting that time, spending a little bit of the money at the gun range to get that live fire, to know what I like, how it feels, do I like the recoil of it, extremely beneficial. Let's see. It says I ran a Glock 19 from 06 to 2020. So I'll never buy a Glock 9 mil because the shadow systems is so much better. Probably, I agree. Probably. I ran a Glock 19 for years. I still have my Glock 19. Glock 19 is also great entry handguns, especially if you're military, law enforcement, security, and you get blue label. If you get blue label, I would say go look at a blue label. Mostly the Glocks are blue label, but they have a lot of other handguns. But go look at blue label, where you can get like a $500 Glock for $498 out the door, right? $498 and you're out the door, right? Price, taxes, background check, everything, $498 out the door. But where an average civilian has to pay that $500 or that $490, whatever it is, that price, then the taxes. So they're paying almost $600 for a gun you pay less than $500 for. So blue label, I might do a whole video on blue label because I feel like a lot of people, especially our veterans, they kind of sleep on blue label because it doesn't really get talked about like that. But yeah. All right, Glock 19, you can't go wrong. True with that. You asked me, Glock 19 is still one of the best handguns for concealed carry you can get. Just with like the aftermarkets of it, where you can put anything you want on there: red dots, sights, lights, grips, the magazines you can have for it. Really, I mean, there are other companies that have them, but they're just not as good as Glock. Where like you can take a Glock 26, you put a Glock 19, Glock 17, a Glock 19, Glock 45, a 33 round mag, a 50 round drum, right? Only really Glock can you do like shit like that. So no, a Glock 19 is a great in between for concealed carry, to where you can carry that 15 round mag and have a Glock 17 spare mag, and then in your backpack you can have a 33 round stick, 3 sticks in there. And so no other real pistol allows you to kind of walk around with that type of firepower than Glock. So a lot of people talk about Glock, but Glock is the best selling handgun in the world for a reason. The reason why special forces all across the world, law enforcement, police officers, security, civilians all across the world use Glock, and because they do one thing, and it's just worked. Simple and efficient. Right? Simple with maintenance. Simple, like a caveman can do it. MP Shield, another great for his handgun for people. I was actually looking at getting me a Shield back in the day, because that's when like the little subcompacts was kind of like really starting to crack. They had the Glock 42, Glock 43. They had the Glock, not Glock, the MP Shield, stuff like that. So people were starting to get like a kick on like the concealed carry market. LCR revolver, is that the hammer? If that's the hammerless, those are dope. I also want to input that even though it's not a first gun purchase, revolvers are not. I mean, they serve. Sorry, I'm still at work. Revolvers serve a limited purpose, but they are still important. Having a firearm that can fire while in a purse, in a hoodie, in your pocket, and still be reliably fire all 6 rounds is I think is pretty like beneficial, right? Trying to follow these other words, but because if you're walking with your hands in your pocket like it's cold, and someone walks up on you, you keep that little 38, 357 hammerless in your hoodie pocket in your hands. Someone walks up on you, they're not gonna expect you to start busting through that hoodie. they're gonna see with your hands in your pocket and think they got the drop on you. When in hindsight, you got the drop on them. So revolvers still play a very important part. But still get you a semi-automatic concealed carry, handgun. I don't agree with that, but now, Heathen, I don't know what your body size is. Now, maybe for you, it might be large. Now, if that's the case, plan accordingly. Glock 43X, I would look at. If Glock 19 is too big for you, because you can still get a lot of capacity. I would go with the shield arm mags, or you get like a 365, anything like that. If the 19 is too big for you, but Glock 19 is not too big. I'm carrying a CZP07 right now, right? Shirt tucked in and everything, right? CZP07, all right here. You see the dick print, no, all right. So I don't think it's too big. All right, I know, guys. See, okay, I'm gonna have to look up this shadow system. I'm pretty sure there's a custom Glock, but I'm gonna have to look up a picture of it. Oh, for real? Is that coming straight to me? I didn't even know you could do that. But shoe name, thank you. I didn't even know you could do that. Like, guys, I'm honestly this is live test number 2. So I'm honestly figuring stuff out as I go. Right? Like, I didn't know I could post comments on the screen for you guys to see until today's live. 320s. The Legion is nice. I'll say that the Legion is nice. I think Eric wants one. I don't know if Eric has one. I know Eric's got a 320 that he's kind of prettied up. That's not a bad handgun. The Legion is definitely a nice SIG handgun. Oh, thank you, bro. I didn't know y'all could donate. That's why y'all didn't hear me ask for donation. No, I didn't even know. I appreciate it, y'all, for anybody who donates to the channel. I just came on here. I was like, shit, let me come up with a topic that I think you guys would like. And so we got 41 students in here. That's good. I'm glad you guys are enjoying the live. So we're going to be doing more lives like this where I can kind of interact with you guys. I can hear your comments. And I'll have to put out a video and I have to wait hours and weeks to see your comment. And a lot of times, if it's been too long, you see how often I post a video. I post almost damn near 2 videos a day, right? PSA dagger. PSA daggers are a good price, especially if you go to my Patreon page. I have the combos where you can get an AR-15 rifle or an AK. Because depending on the combos from Palmetto, it'll be an AR-15, 16-inch AR-15 rifle or 16-inch AK rifle with a 9mm PSA dagger for under $1,000. It's like eight something. So well under $1,000. I think that is a good entry level price for the civilians. Granted, Palmetto State and the dagger, is that the bee's knees? Is that going to be your Noveski rifle? Is that going to be your CZ? No. But you keep it clean and you train with it, you will be a lethal force. You'll be somebody to reckon with. So definitely a good entry level, if you ask me. All right, William, Blue Label. Blue Label is a program that certain gun manufacturers have for first responders, law enforcement, military, security, where because what we do, a lot of times, a lot of us, we use those firearms for our job, right? Security. I go on Blue Label, I go and buy a Glock 17 off Blue Label, and I'm a security officer. I'm more likely going to be using that gun for duty, right? So it's only for duty guns. I want to put that out. So you can't go in and get some fancy, colorful handgun. It's got to be a duty gun. Right, so a 17, a 19, a 43, 43X, things like that. You'll get at a discounted price because since you're in the line of duty, they want to kind of give back to you and your service. And so blue labels for active, retired, military, law enforcement, security, people like that. So definitely, I'm gonna do a future video on it, kind of break it more down, but that's kind of the gist of it. It's a program for first responders. Ooh, these comments. I'm sorry, y'all. These comments is really coming in. What does he say? He says Draco. Oh no, not the Draco. Listen, Dracos are god awfully ineffective, but they are fun to shoot. I don't know, something about holding a Drake, something about picking up and holding a Draco makes you almost just want to commit a crime. I don't know. It makes you just want to have ops. It makes you just want to get on live and just find somebody you ain't never talked to and just be like, know what? Fuck you, pull up. All right, what about it? Both these are good handguns. If you're gonna ask me which one would I go with, I go with Glock 19 because I'm a Glock fanboy. Yep. Agreed. SIG is a good handgun. Well, not handgun manufacturer. SIG is a good manufacturer. Right now, to be honest, I don't think any handgun, I keep saying handgun, any firearms manufacturer as a whole who designs and makes actual firearms, or even shit for firearms, no one is really shitting on SIG right now. SIG is dominating the market. Like HK is not doing shit, right? Palmetto State, Brownells, to be honest, if Palmetto State and Brownells did not have a hold on the civilian market, like their main focus is like the civilian market, right? But if you look at SIG, when it comes to the law enforcement, security, like those type of contracts, SIG almost has like a fucking chokehold on that market. And it's for a reason. It's because SIG is innovating. The SIG Rattler, the SIG 320, the 365, the C365 Macro, 365 XL, the fucking machine guns they just made for the military, the 6.8 machine guns, the 6.8 rifles. Like SIG is out here designing shit. The Flux for the 320, that's what it's called, the chassis, the Flux 320 Flux. Like nobody's out there doing shit like that but SIG. And so I got to give SIG like their flowers because they're doing the damn thing, you know. SAR9. I have heard of that gun. If it's the gun I'm thinking of in my head, it should be almost. It's like I look at them like a Tanfoglio's, like those type of handguns, or the Grand Powers, stuff like that. Don't get me wrong, for an entry gun, it will work. Again, like I said, the majority of handguns out there nowadays will work. The ones I don't trust, High Point, Jimenez. If you ask me, I will trust a High Point more than a Jimenez. Jimenez is my opinion, the absolute worst handgun manufacturer out there. I would say next to Jimenez, Diamondback. After Diamondback, I'm gonna go with High Point. Right? Those are if you ask me, don't buy anything from those three handgun manufacturers. I'm sure other people can. Remington. I don't know any good Remington handguns. I think maybe they have a decent, nice 1911, but besides that, Remington handguns have always been lemons in my. Like again, name one good Remington made handgun, but that's not a 1911. I'll wait. Okay, yeah. Hey, I'm glad you brought this up. Car arms back in the day, they had those little small car pistols. I was so stoked about that I really wanted to get one. Until I shot one, I didn't really like how it shot, but I low-key still wanted one because I thought it was the dopest shit in the world to have a small little pocket handgun like a car. Canik TP9 SEs, those are good. Canics are good. P10, CZ P10s, I want one. CZ P10s, like I said, I don't know if you was here before. If I could have if there's one handgun manufacturer, I could have every handgun in their lineup, it would be CZ. Every handgun. So when it comes to when people ask me, do I like certain CZs? Yes. Have I shot it? No, but I know it's CZ and I like it. 48, Glock 48. How do I like it? I don't dislike it, but it's one of those. I would either have a 43X or just a 19. No, having a long, slender, like to me, I guess for some people they like that sight radius. They want the sight radius, the barrel length. To me, it wasn't a thing. I didn't need the extra sight radius, especially if you're gonna throw a red dot, on your pistol, because that's my whole premise. Again, the 43X MOS. I was gonna put a red dot on there, so I don't need a long barrel, and it was for concealed carry, and so I wanted the smallest package. So, I don't really care for it, but I'll go on this little story. When Glock came out, when they first came out with the 43X, the 48, the 45, the 19X, I was like, what the hell, Glock? Why are y'all making these bullshit guns? And so, but now look at me, I have a 43X and a 45. So I fallen in love with those latest Glock pistols. What up, Carbon? Looking beautiful as always. Oh shit! Damn, thank you, William. I appreciate it, man. You're gonna have to come out when you come out to Jacksonville. You're gonna have to hit me up. I'm gonna hook you up with a special class, bro. All right, 51 minutes. We'll give it about an hour. I ain't gonna have you all in here all day. This is supposed to be a live test, but this live test has actually gone a lot better than I really thought. I really thought it was gonna be like 5 people, because it's like I did this unannounced at like almost midnight. But to see almost 50 people in here, y'all actually interacting with me, giving me good info, this hour's gone by pretty fast. I'm not gonna lie. Like, hopefully they'll get mad at me. It's like, you're supposed to be roving. Well, I'm sorry. Yeah, well, we're gonna have to, when I really get this this live thing figured out, we're definitely gonna go live. I'm definitely gonna go live with a lot of y'all. This is like still the free version, so there's certain things like I can and can't do, and I'm, like I said, I'm still figuring out things. Like, I'm just figuring out, like, I can put you all on the screen. So definitely, William, and to anybody else who wants to get on the live, I'll definitely you'll have an opportunity for you guys to get on here and talk to me. Zion AR, yes, good AR. Like just exactly like you said, that would be a perfect AR-15 pick. IWI, great manufacturer. 16-inch rifle, M-Lock. I like the stock. I like the pistol grip. Like I said, I was surprised when they came out with it. It's actually like one of the few rifles I would take out of the box, and I can't really say I would change anything about it. We're doing checkups.
TC25, Jax 22, 1077, 10-4, 1020s, building 16.
All right, give me a second. All right, we're back. Daddy still got to work, y'all. Daddy still got to work. We had Zion. AR is very good. Revolutionary hippies. Hey, man. Maybe me and you can link outside the stream. Know what I mean? If they sent it to me, I would. But as far as me spending money to go out and do it, nah. I already got Glocks. So. All right, let's see. Oh, goodness. Total Glock boy. He had to bring it up. Skies. Skies, in my book, are no go. One of the worst triggers in the game. If I say Jimenez, Diamondback, High Point, Sky probably be the fourth one of don't buy, right? For the same price, you can get a Sky, you can get a Taurus. If you ask me the cheapest handgun I would trust my life to and buy and carry, it would be a Taurus, a G2C or G3C. But that is the absolute bare minimum that I would go for, a handgun that I would be willing to trust my life to. Because I've had two of those Tauruses and they both work flawlessly. So Taurus G2C, if you ask me, it's the absolute minimum I would go, because it's like $200 something. It's well under $300. If you spend $250 or more on a Taurus G2C, I think you got kind of played. Whew. All right, man. Y'all got these comments coming. It says quietly, FN 509 is a good option. Yeah, I know Van Letha, female content creator, pro gun. She's a big FN fan. Again, the thing with FNs is the price and the trigger. I don't like that hinge trigger. But besides that, FNs look really nice. I still low-key want the FN 45. If I could have that'd be hard. That would be hard. If someone asked me if I could have one double stack 1911, one double stack 45 ACP, an FNX 45, and like a double stack 1911. I forgot who made them. Was it Triarch? Not Triarch. I don't think it's Triarch. I know Rock Island Armory has a double stack 1911 and 45, but if you ask me, bro, I'd probably still take the FNX 45. So yeah, if someone asked me if 145 handgun I could take into battle, it would definitely be an FNX 45. It says Glock is the Honda Civic guns. You right about that. You definitely right about that. Don't do all reliable. What caliber do I recommend is semi-auto? 9mm. Definitely 9mm. Low recoil, high capacity. We're talking about a first gun. You want something reliable and easy to maintain. Exactly. As a first gun owner, you don't want a CZ Shadow or one of these high-speed race guns that are very finicky and require like the utmost maintenance, right? Robert says, all right, 26, 19, 365. I would go with a 19, right? Because 26, for that, be honest, it would be the grip. I got big hands. And so the Glock 26, I didn't like how small that thing was. 365, it was decent, but still small. And so with the 19, not only do I get a still very concealable handgun, at least for my body size, I get more rounds of capacity, and then I can still carry, like I said, a Glock 17 mag. I can have a 33-round stick. I can have a 50-round drum with that 19. So the 19 gives me versatility. And so that's what I like about it. Oh, snap. Big Ant. All right. Thanks. Shout out Big Ant. He says, you have any experience with the Radiant Model 1 rifle? I got a 16-inch and now building an 11.5 AR pistol using a Radiant Model 10-inch upper and lower using pre-research 11.5. Bro, you spending money. When I saw pre-research, I instantly saw ka-ching, ka-ching. It seems like you building that end-all be-all rifle. I swear to God, if shit happens, it's gonna be me and this. As far as with the Radiant model rifle, no, I haven't. Good, they're good manufacturers. I would say the thing about companies like that to me, Radiant, Noveski, Triarch, who else? Knight's Armory. Yes, they make bomb-proof, kick-ass AR-15s for like $2,000, right? Kick-ass AR-15s. But you can still get a kick bomb-ass AR-15 for $1,000, well under $1,500. And so it's just, when it comes to that, it's like Nike. You know, at a certain point, you're just paying for the name. And so when I look at companies like that, I know somewhere in this cost, it's because we're Radian. It's because we're Noveski, you know. So they're still good. Don't get me wrong. If that's honestly, you know, if I was gonna build it like go to war type shit, or like I had the money for it, hey, bro, you doing the right thing, man. That's just like Proof Research barrels are just known for just being accurate, lightweight barrels. And you're doing 11.5. So who y'all at 11.5? Who y'all 11.5 gang? I had two 11.5s, even though I'm about to be 12.5 gang, either 12.5 or 13.7 gang. We'll see. We'll see. You know, every time you get something, you want something else. Walther for his FN. I would go with FN, but that's my personal. Walther also good. Both these handgun manufacturers are good. You know, it's just honestly, when it comes down to like stuff like that, you're really picking nuances. Which one looks better? Which one do you think shoots better? Right? So, not gonna lie, that Glock 19 gonna win, especially if it's like, you know, if it goes like his that Glock 19 in the head, the Glock 19 versus Glock 19 in the head, the Glock 19 gonna win every time. Oh yeah, make sure you like this video. We're at an hour now, so all right, y'all. Okay, all right. There's a lot of comments. I'm not gonna be able to get to all these comments. It's been an hour, y'all. I do want to thank you guys for. Okay. Oh, so that's what the star does. It stars. Okay. Duh. Okay. I'm sorry. I'm still figuring shit out. All right. I do want to thank you guys for coming in this live chat test. This has been a lot better than I thought. Oh, thank you, bro. I hope to see you on the channel, man. Definitely. But yeah, definitely. I want to thank you guys for coming out to the live test. This went 20 times better than I thought it would. I didn't think we were gonna be on this long. I didn't think we were gonna have half this many people. I didn't think the topic was gonna like kind of carry on as well it did. But having you guys be able to talk back and forth with me, I really like that. And so next chance I get, do another live. Definitely, yeah. We do have one coming up with the short bus guys. So if you are looking at building a DMR rifle, SPR, you know, something like that, we're gonna have I'm gonna try to do a live where I can have them on the screens with me, and we're gonna talk about our DMR rifles, why we did what we did, why we bought what we bought, and put on what we put on. And so I think you guys are gonna like that one as well. So again, thank you guys for watching the video. Thanks for coming in the chat and giving me your time. I know you guys is late. Right now this here is late, and you guys are very busy. So again, thank you for watching. You know, like, comment, subscribe.
Understand that.
Okay, like, comment, subscribe, and on top of that, stay educated, stay dangerous. LocsNLoad out.